Good morning. Well, we're halfway through the year. It's the 2nd or 3rd of June in 2026. And I just had a quick look at some of my numbers and quite surprised. It's been 3.5 years since I actually monetized the channel and started receiving money for some of the stuff that I put up there over the years. When I started, I had 1,365 subscribers, and that has grown slowly up to reaching finally 4,000 viewers. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you who, the subscribers, 4,006, because basically there'd be a lot of those subscribers who don't watch or used to watch and either just don't return to the channel or for whatever reason. I mean, these things happen. So it has been a slow growth. And when I have a look at the numbers, 88% of people who watch this channel are not subscribed. Only 12% are. And it seems to me that the same 200 or 300 people keep coming back. And thank you very much, because it's very much appreciated. But there's an awful lot who, if they do come back and watch, they're not subscribed. And it helps the channel along a bit if they have subscribed, apparently. And I say apparently because really the secret in the long run is the actual number of people who actually watch what we're doing. So if you are a regular watcher or a casual watcher, or you like what we're doing, I would appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button, hit the like button when you see a video. Doesn't matter whether, yes, it does matter. You've got to like what I put up there, because otherwise, what's the point of me doing it? I don't mean you have to, but I mean, if you do like it, please hit the like button. And if you thought, yeah, that was okay, hit the like button anyway. There are some people who dislike. Well, that's fair enough. I would much prefer that if you dislike something, you actually put a comment down the bottom and say, well, no, I didn't like it because of this. Because then we can say, well, so we've been making that mistake, have we? Well, we should be able to sort that out. If we don't get any comment in that regard, you learn nothing from everybody telling you how good you are. You only learn from what goes wrong, your mistakes, and when people point out, hey, there's a problem here, well, you have a look at it. And I do read every comment, and I try to answer every comment. It costs nothing to subscribe. There's a lot of us content creators we're small creators. I mean, 4,000 subs is nothing in the overall context of things. But we put in a lot of time, we put in a lot of effort, we spend a lot of money to create this stuff and put it up there. And when you get the odd people who are coming along and they're critical of what you're doing, so you check back to see what they've done, and in most cases, they've done nothing. They're just armchair critics. Well, we've got to put up with that. That's what social media is. But we do. We put a lot of time, a lot of effort. We update our equipment. We spend a lot of time learning how to use our video editing programs. Probably half of my YouTube watch time is spent watching tutorials on DaVinci Resolve, which is my program of choice, and to learn how to do things and make things better. When I first started doing this back in around about, 1990, I'm just trying to think how far back it was, 1995, something like way back then. Anyway, and I started fiddling around with video, and I knew nothing. So now, anyway, 20, 30 years on, I still know nothing. So we're forever learning every day of the week. And you people watching what we do and then commenting on our work or saying, hey, yeah, I did enjoy that, it means a great deal. And just by putting likes and things, it then tells YouTube that, hey, there's a lot of people like this, there's a lot of people commenting on this, maybe we should show it to more people. Maybe that's the way it works. I have no idea how the system works. It doesn't matter how much I try to understand it, and it seems to me that most people don't understand it anyway. So there we go. In the time that we've been doing it, the last 3.5 years, I've put up an extra well over 800 videos in that period of time, and we're putting up, creating probably something like around about 100 to 150 videos a year. And when you stop and consider that there's only 52 weeks in a year, that's three videos a week, thereabouts. So we're looking for content all the time to entertain you people at home. You'll notice that there's a lot of my videos of recent times I've been going through, and I've been working on a series called Australian Towns. And I've been going back through all my trip videos, and I've been extracting a lot of information out of them. People who have followed my trip videos have probably seen a lot of this material before, because as we travel through towns and we have a look at them, and or we at least we film them, but we don't say a lot about them in those videos, probably because of the fact we were travelling through and we really didn't know a lot about them. So by cutting them up and going back and having a look and then doing the research, and it all takes research to go and find the information and then record that and then produce these little 3, 4 and 5 minute videos about these individual towns that we've been going through. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort. So for people who do watch those, thank you very much. So why did I start doing that? Well, I felt that there was an awful lot of material in my stuff that people weren't watching, because unfortunately people will watch 4, 5, 10 minutes of a video and then say, right, I've had enough of that, we're going somewhere else. And in my case, a lot of time is spent looking out through the windscreen of the car and listening to my diatribe, which quite often when I listen back to it is ridiculous, I think. But what the heck? I've got a camera. It's the only the only companion I've had in a lot of cases, and it doesn't talk back. Sometimes the batteries run out, that doesn't record either, so that didn't help very much. And then we've had to be a little bit innovative when we've done the videos later. And so with so many people turning off in these videos, and there was so much material further on in the video that probably most of the world has never seen because they just didn't bother to stick around long enough, I figured, well, let's go through and find those points of interest within the videos and let's create the new videos. So that's why you've got a lot of videos that are coming out of 2010, 2012, 2013, from much older trips, and then even out of the newer trips, the trips in 2019 and 2021, which was my most recent road trip, if you get what I mean, or on the road trip, so to speak. That was my last on the road trip. I don't know that there's going to be very many more, if any. I'm getting on a bit of years these days. I turned 79 this year, so things aren't getting any younger, and also I'm not getting any more agile, put it that way, which is why you're seeing a lot of stuff being filmed from the car itself. But we try to show you what we can as much as we can and tell you as much as we can about what we're doing. And then along comes age. With age comes other things. I was a musician for many, many, many years, part-time musician, but for all that, and I do have a music channel, but it's up to you whether you want to watch that or not. That's not a monetized channel, and it's just there basically for me to put as memories of the stuff that I've done over the years with bands and with fellow musos who I've enjoyed playing with. But my hearing became a bit of a hassle. Well, okay, we've overcome that. With the help of the government, I have a set of hearing aids, which means that I didn't have to buy a new TV set because it was losing volume, although everybody else in the caravan park could hear it. We found out that, what the problem was in the long run was there was a very bassy, and I'd lost treble in my ears, and the hearing aids that the government help us old people with, it's made a difference there. But yesterday came a new realisation. Over the last 6 months, I've noticed that I'm having a little bit of a battle with my eyesight, and it has been a situation whereby 12 months ago, when she put the numbers and the letters and everything on the screen, I could see them as sharp as you like. Dark blacks, crisp white, the whole thing looked all right. Yesterday, we couldn't get to that. And she looked at it and she walked around. She was very puzzled. She thought about it. We went through a whole heap of different tests and things. And she said, there's something here that either I'm missing or it's beyond what I'm looking for. Everything that I'm looking for is fine. Now, we don't know whether it's something that's happening neurologically or whether it's got something to do with the medication I'm taking. I don't know. So I've now been she's going to send me to an ophthalmologist who's going to be able to sort of get into those things, which is beyond what an optician deals with. So we're dealing with getting old. Getting old sucks. So I can still see my screen, I can still see the colours, and this condition seems to come and go. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next few months as far as that is concerned. I've got I think I made mention of going to Waikiki this week. Waikiki? No, not that Waikiki. We're going to Waikiki Private Hospital, which is the only one, which is the one apparently that the guy who's going to be looking at me practices in, and that's 400 kilometres away up at Rockingham near Perth. So I've got to go up there tomorrow, have the procedure on Friday, and then I'll come back home again on Saturday. So, yeah, these things are starting to happen more often now. I mean, we had that pacemaker inserted earlier in the year. And these are all reminders about the fact that, okay, Laurie, you can't get out as often as what you would like to, which is, again, why we're sort of trawling through the archives trying to find stuff for you to have a look at. And when I stop and think about it, there's a place called Gascoyne Junction over here. At Gascoyne Junction, we had a look at it in 2009 when we did our Kennedy Rangers trip. And we did a drive around and we had a look at the whole area and that sort of thing. That town doesn't exist anymore as it was then. The historic pub that was there, the whole thing, all got washed away in the floods of 2010, 2011, I think it was. And my son's been there since, and the place is totally different. Totally different. There is nothing of the old place there left. So I feel as though our work, my work, I've got a friend who runs Western Australia now and then, his work, because he's a West Australian, he is exclusively Western Australia. The stuff that we've been filming over the years, it's all history. It's the history of the place. This is the place as it was then. This year, I've done one trip to Donga. That's a 750 kilometre trip from Albany, and I've done it 3 times now in the last 12 months, I think it is, yeah. And it's a 9-10 hour trip. I did it earlier this month, or yeah, wait a minute, we're in June now. So yeah, earlier last month, and I can still drive the distances and no problem with that. But I'm not towing the van anymore. I figure there's enough people out there that are my age and older who steadfastly believe that they're invincible, and it shows at times, and they're still out there doing the caravan trips and things, and fair enough, good on them. But as far as I'm concerned, I figure, well, look, I'm just starting to make one or two too many mistakes, and that then becomes a situation where maybe you become a danger to other people. So I just figured, well, okay, it's time to pull the van off the road, and any touring I do from now on in, I will probably motel it or do something like that. So yeah, the trip to Donga, I've done drive-by shootings around Dongra, Port Denison, out in the area, out and around, out and about. One of those trips is being aired this week. There's another one that will be aired in the next couple of weeks, which I did this year. The one that I aired this week is from last year. So we're still doing that sort of thing. We had a few days off. I was in Dongra ostensibly to edit something like 13 or 14 videos for my son for his channel, Brett Kibblewhite. Worth having a look at. He does. He's done a lot of American trips, and wow, it's not a bad-looking country. The food, I spent two weeks looking at just food in a way, but no, I do recommend that you have a look at his channel. There's some really interesting stuff in there. There's a lot of history. He's a history buff on the American side of things, so it's worth having a look at as well. But okay, I was in Europe and in Dongra having a look at these videos, but I did manage to get out a couple of times, and we went up into the Chapman Valley. Well, a couple of those videos have already aired. That's Naboa and Nansen, and then we've got a few more to come from that lot. So we do get out and about when we're up there. So okay, this is just a little stick my head in here and have a little bit of a chat with you about where I'm at and what we're at and this sort of thing. Please, if you like the videos that we do, please hit the like thing underneath. It takes no time to do it. And subscribe, please, if you like what we're doing. And by subscribing and hitting the bell, we make sure that you will be notified of every video that we put up here. And you don't have to go searching for them. It will come into your mailbox, and bang, away you go, or into your YouTube mailbox anyway, and you'll be notified that we've got a video up and happening. As I said, costs you nothing. If it's free, why not? I do what I can for free, when I can. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Thanks for putting up with us little, 17, 18 minutes of garbage. And please, come back and see me again. Thanks. If you enjoyed this video, you might like to check out this video. Or maybe browse this playlist. There are over 900 videos just like these on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, and we'll let you know when the next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button, comment, and feel free to share with your friends. Thanks for watching.